that we will continue, that we will increase, that we will do more in terms of investing in Africa and certainly here in East Africa. As a development finance institution, about 55% of our funds are invested in Africa, and we will continue to do so. It's also important for us to bring with us other commercial investors. So because we as an investor, we are in a minority position. We normally take no more than 35% of a company or an entity we invest into. We need to bring with us other investors. The one important mission I have is to bring and to educate the market in Europe and in the US to help commercial investors, pension funds and others to allocate more of the funds to this part of the world. Because much so that international capital flows are kept within the OECD countries, and it's flowing around in the stock markets that are liquid. And less than 0.8% of the total international capital flows go to the least developed countries. And that has to increase, and also huge funds that invested in government bonds that with negative yields. So if we can try to get some of those funds to rather be transferred to growing markets like East Africa, I think they could get a better return. It would benefit this part of the world, and so it could be a win-win.
And we invest in companies that create jobs and improve people's lives in developing countries. We've been in East Africa since 2008, although we started investing since we were set up more than 20 years ago. We invest in 4 main sectors, the biggest one being clean energy. And by clean energy, we're talking about hydro, wind, and solar. And around the region, we've invested in Turkana Wind in Kenya, which is around 310 megawatts base load to the grid. We're in Uganda with our partners in Bujagali, which our partner there is SN Power. And we're also in Tanzania with our partner Globelec in Songas, which produces around 180 megawatts to the national grid side. But all these together, we have exposures in funds because we can't do this ourselves. So we rely on partners, and private equity funds is a channel that we use as Norfund to access other companies that we cannot access ourselves, because as an institution we only have so many people, we are only in so many places, but we need to reach as many people as possible, and therefore we use private equity funds as our channel to reach smaller companies that we would not do ourselves. We have a portfolio here around $776 million committed in East Africa, in just over 520 companies directly and indirectly through our partners, and across all these sectors that I've mentioned to you. So we believe we are strongly committed to this region, and going forward we're going to increase our investments in the various sectors that I've mentioned.